Good evening, everyone. So I'm happy that finally doing a live stream after a month or so. So I mean a personal live stream. So and yeah, after reaching 5K subscribers on my YouTube channel, I think this is the first live stream that I'm doing. So I'm excited to take questions and take answers and have a chit chat with all of you. And on this live stream, I don't want to take basic questions. Like you can ask anything about latest technologies or your career, something that helps your career, or something I can say related to freelancing or online earning methods, whatever it might be. So I'm open to answer everything. So let's make it informal. So I don't want it to be completely formal, I can say. Cool. So yeah, there are a few updates from my end. So I will uh, let them reveal first so that we can go on with question Q&A session kind of thing. So the first thing, like you all know, like I have reached 5K subscribers. So then I'm thankful to all the subscribers who are watching this. And also other thing, like this is only subscribers only live, which means people who haven't subscribed to my channel are not able to participate in live chat, so they're not able to comment it. So I hope everyone who are watching this has subscribed to the channel. If not, please help me in doing so. So and yeah, if you might know, like I recently completed a digital marketing training and workshop on my YouTube channel itself. Like the feedback of that channel is very great. So many people have already started working on their content, and it's a good thing to see. And while talking about updates and Q&A, so yeah, this is one update. Like I reached 5K subscribers. That's a great thing, and it's all because of you. So even though it's a small number, like I feel like it was good because at least I reached these subscribers because of my content. So I'm thankful to that. I think I have some questions already, so I will try to answer them one by one. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop in the comment section, live chat section, so that I will take one by one. Kunal is asking like, hi sir, can you talk about best investment options for students to earn passive income? Yes, Kunal. So in general, if you talk about as a student, how you can actually earn passive income. So there are two types for that. The first way is direct investment, and the second way is indirect investments. So direct investments are like you invest in something where everyone can do, like whether it might be a cryptocurrency, whether it might be stocks, whether it might be mutual funds, or whether it might be you're investing in a fixed deposit, whatever it might be. So you are investing some of your pocket money in so and so. These are called direct investments. If you invest in these kind of things, you will get some interest, so that you can use it to grow your money. So instead of just making your I can say pocket money idle, you can do in this way. This is one thing. And the other way is indirect investments, which means like you save some money. So instead of investing on cryptocurrencies, instead of investing on stocks or mutual funds or whatever the thing that everyone will do, you can invest on something that will help you in the career. Those are called assets. Invest in buying a good laptop, invest in buying a good mobile phone, or like I can say invest in whatever you feel like. So if you are a creator, like you invest in purchasing a camera or DSLR camera, because you can shoot them and you can create vlogs. So these are called indirect investment. So if you invest on indirect investment, then ultimately they will help you. So my first indirect investment is like when I'm studying my first year of graduation, like I purchased a laptop. That is my best investment so far, because I think during my college days, like instead of going with the traditional, books reading or studying for academics, and so like I did a lot of external thing other than the academics. So I learned everything by my own. I used my laptop to use them the best. So the only two investments that I started in my engineering was, or like in the beginning days of my engineering itself, I invested on laptop and internet connection. So with the help of those two, like I have learned many things. So I learned everything in a very quick way. And yeah, it is how you can actually invest on indirect things, indirect assets, and they will really help you a lot in the future. I hope it helps. Like you can invest on anything. Like if you have a pocket money and if you have all these things, like if you have basic things which fulfill your needs of, I can say, growing yourself, then ultimately you can invest on direct investment methods like these stocks and crypto. But make sure you have the basic things. So if you're someone who want to grow your career, then ultimately you need a laptop. Laptop is a must, whatever the branch you are, because you need to get to know everything, right? So I hope this answer your question. Like not everyone will tell their secrets of earning methods, but you are very open in sharing them. Thanks a lot for your valuable content. It's my pleasure, Ajay. So yeah, the thing is, if I don't want to hide anything, because if I did, like anyone can do it ultimately. But my only intention is my network and my subscribers will get benefit out of it if I share all my secrets. So I want everyone in my country to be financially independent, so not just to depend on jobs. This is the worst thing in our country. So we all are highly dependent on jobs. So whatever it might be, whatever the branch we are highly dependent on IT jobs. So which is what 70 to 80% of the Indians will choose. But this is not something that you need to really focus on. If you just prefer yourself to an IT job, then ultimately you will end up in that same job itself. You will not use your caliber to the complete level. You will not use your caliber to the 100% level. So don't just depend on job. Be a financially independent guy. So if you're financially independent at the age of 25 to 26, so financial independence is nothing like you don't need to worry about money. So which means if you join in a job, if you are selected for a particular IT company, if you join in a job, then your requirements, your needs will match to the particular payroll of the company. So if you're earning 30,000 per month, your needs and your wants must match to that. Otherwise you not make your living very easy. So you will purchase things based on your salary. You will purchase EMIs. You will must have a credit card, and you purchase things on EMIs, and you plan everything based on your salary. But what if you are in a position that like you don't need to think about salary, you don't need to think about fixed salary, then it's a good thing because you can do everything on that. Like if you have enough bank balance, then ultimately you will not think about the salary, you will not think about a monthly income. Then ultimately you can focus on your passion and interest. It is what financial independence is. You are independent of spending your money, or you're independent of doing whatever you love. This is something that I want everyone to achieve. That's the reason why that's the main intention of my channel. So see, whatever I do, like I am open to share. So whatever the videos that you see in my channel, everything like I have some touch on. So like I will only make videos when I did something. Otherwise I will not share the things that which I'm not nowhere related to. So that is what I follow, and that is what I tell everyone to do. So then only you will grow as an individual. Just tell about cryptocurrencies. Are it was like if you have heard about mutual funds or stocks, which are like you invest your money on share of a particular company. So if the company is growing, then ultimately your share will also get increased. It is what in general stocks are. Cryptocurrencies are similar, but the only difference is cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which means if you consider an example of bank. So banks are centralized. So whatever the money that you invest, banks are able to see your money. Banks are able to regulate your money. Banks are able to take your money, and they do some whatever they can provide loans to the others. They can earn some profit out of it. So these are called centralized. So if anything happens to the bank, if if any of your money, I can say, lost in the bank, then ultimately you need to face a problem. So these are called centralized cryptocurrencies. Of course, banks have some backups for everything, but centralized cryptocurrencies, which means like if anyone can hack the bank, so then ultimately your data will also be your data will also be compromised. It is how centralized things works. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized. They rely on blockchain technology, which means you will send something to a particular receiver through a form of cryptography. So you use concept called public keys, which means no one knows how much you are holding. No one knows, I can say, where you are investing. People don't able to see your things. It is called decentralized things. So cryptocurrencies are decentralized currencies, which means you can invest or you can sell, you can receive whatever you do, but people will not able to see your things. There is no centralized thing for that. It is why it is called as decentralized currencies. So the advantage of decentralized currencies, the first one is security. No one is able to, I can say, compromise your data. No one is able to see your data. No one is able to see how much you're spending on particular thing. There is no centralized, I can say, control repository, so no one is able to do that. So it's secure. And also, because of the decentralized future, so cryptocurrencies are getting popularity. If you can see from the past 6 to 7 months, everyone is talking about cryptocurrencies. The reason is it is the future. Ultimately, cryptocurrency is the future. So I'm not suggesting like just go and invest on everything. I mean, just go and invest thousands and lakhs. I mean, right from the day one itself. But yeah, at least if you start investing something, let's consider 100 rupees, I can say, as a sip. So every month you can invest 50 or 100. So it is how you can actually maintain your portfolio. If the value of cryptocurrencies suddenly go high, then ultimately your money will also get increased. It is the advantage of investing in something. So not only in cryptocurrencies, anything, I can say. So just jumping on to the particular stock or particular cryptocurrency and investing everything is a bad thing. But yeah, you can invest at least few money on a particular cryptocurrency that you love. You can say Bitcoin, Ethereum. These are all the famous cryptocurrencies which are promising. So even though they might go down sometimes and they go high sometimes, but it doesn't matter. If you invest on cryptocurrencies, then ultimately it's a future. So without the money, without thinking of money or whatever the invest, maybe we don't know, like tomorrow cryptocurrencies might be accepted as the currencies by all the countries. So it's how it works. There are already few countries which accepted Bitcoin as their payment. So you can also pay in shops using cryptocurrencies. It might be the future, but yeah, if you're, but there is a concept called FOMO in investment, which means like fear of missing out. If everyone is investing on particular thing, I mean, rest all also go and invest on the same, because they have a fear like, if I miss out, like I miss earning profits, I miss making profits. This is the FOMO that everyone has. Don't go with that. So just do your own research on anything that you invest. If you feel it is good, then ultimately go and invest. Otherwise, don't go and invest. Joining first year, give suggestion and say some mistakes to avoid. Good question. So the first thing is, yeah, all the best for your engineering life. So mistakes, I can say, like there are few mistakes which everyone can do. The first thing is, don't blindly trust trust your academics. It is not good, I can say, because you also need to take care of what are all the things that are trending. You need to learn everything by your own, because colleges will just give you a roadmap. So if you learn something, like you will be landing in a particular position. It is how colleges will help you, but colleges are not everything and academics are not everything. If you just blindly believe in academics, of course you will get some good grades and good percentages, but believe me, it will not help you in any way. So like if I'm a recruiter, if I'm hiring people, then I will not care about percentages. Whatever the grade you get, whatever the percentage that you get, I will not care, because not only me, I can say nowadays everyone will believe on whatever the skills that you have, whatever the talent that you have. It will be visible only if you expose what you are good at, if you have already proven work, so in your academics or in your, I can say, engineering time. So it is what people need. Don't just blindly depend on academics. This is the first mistake that everyone can do. So people just concentrate, people spend more time on academics, people just read the books, write assignments, write records, and they limit themselves to only those things, and it is very bad. So the other thing that people need to avoid is networking. So you might think like we still have 3 more years of time, so we can learn all these things, but no, you need to start it from your day one itself. So try interacting with people who are already in the, I can say, industry, or people who are elder than you, who know something better than you. So try to network with them, try to interact with them, try to talk. I can say be a part of communities. See, the more the communities that you are in, you will get good knowledge. Also, like, you can say watch YouTube videos, watch people talking about content, also follow people on LinkedIn, so like who are posting some good content, good productive content. So you need to do all those things. So networking is very very important, because if you just go on with your regular life, it will not help you, because no one will guide you actually what's the thing is happening on in the future. You don't know what will happen in the future. So if you are in a good network, then ultimately you are in a successful track. So if you interact with people the more, then ultimately you will get to know various things which you will not learn in your college, which you will not learn in your house, which you will not, I can say, learn in your own network. So yeah, use social media. There are YouTube channels, there are many YouTube channels, not only me. You can watch videos, at least spend 1 hour watching some productive videos. I know people mostly watch web series. Like if a movie has been released, you will definitely watch it, right? If your favorite movie or favorite web series has been released, similarly, have an habit of, I mean, I can say, putting a timetable. Like every day you dedicate yourself to watch 1 hour of education related videos, some content related videos. Then ultimately also allocate some time browsing through the LinkedIn and watching posts of others. It is how you actually learn something. If you're learning something every day, then ultimately you can consider yourself a better individual when compared to the last week. It is how growth can happen. It is how you can know what's happening in the world, what is the future technology. So what is the future, like in which way we can plan our career, so that we can get settled in a good career. So these are all the things that you need to, I can say, start from day one of your college life itself. So, and the other thing is, I can say, communication and public speaking. It will be only be possible when you start talking with people, when you start interacting with your peers, or when you start giving presentations, going to external colleges. So you need to do all these things. No one will tell you like go out and present a paper on something, go out and give a presentation on something, or participate in some competitions which are going happening. You need to have that competitive spirit. It will be only possible when you participate in competitions. Then only you can also improve public speaking and networking. So you can improve networking skill parallelly. If you can connect with multiple people, then ultimately you will know like what all the things happening in other colleges, how different students are thinking. You need to know all these things. You need to plan that in your first year itself. It's a good thing. So like it's good that you asked this question in your first year itself, because still you have time, so you can decide on what will be helpful for you. Bro, I have learned HTML, CSS, JS, and built a website. I started to find internship, but each and every internship will require more skills. Like can't get internships. Of course, it's the reality, because HTML, CSS, and the basic version of JS are the basics on. I mean, they are the basic things on building a website. So, but yeah, companies will not rely on them, because if you know HTML, CSS, and JS, find out what is the best thing that you can do. You can only build a basic website. So using basic websites, we cannot run a company. So we cannot run an organization, right? So if a company, like if they want to be successful, then they need the website to be more, I can say, attractive, more efficient. So it's good to handle data. They will consider all these things. So having a knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JS is not enough. You need to learn at least one UI framework. I can say, if you are a favorite of, at least you need to know. If you know basic JavaScript, then ultimately go and learn AngularJS or React.js or Vue.js. These are the three top UI frameworks. If you know any one of these, I can say, efficiently, then ultimately you will get a good internship. I can say this. And also, if you have a knowledge on at least one backend thing, if you already know JavaScript, then you can learn this framework called Node.js, which is very good, and it's also similar to JavaScript. So having a knowledge on JavaScript will help you to learn both UI framework as well as backend framework. Yes, of course, you are also stating the solution for this. They will need more skills like React, Django, etc. So if you want to become a full stack developer, then ultimately I suggest going with JavaScript stack is very helpful. So React or Angular, and in the backend learn Node.js. It will be helpful. Also, if you have a database knowledge, it might be MySQL, Oracle, or I can say MongoDB, these NoSQL database, whatever it might be. If you have one database knowledge and one UI framework and one backend framework, then you can become a full stack developer easily. Not only an internship, you can even get a job in a startup if you know all these things. How we will know which coins will increase? I can say it's not possible. You cannot find out which coins will increase on which day, because it all depends. Cryptocurrencies are, I can say, highly inflated coins, so you cannot predict what will happen in the future. But yeah, the only thing that you can predict is by observing the coins every day. So there are platforms like CoinDCX and WatchRX. You can also find the links of those apps in the description. So you need to observe, like select at least like 5 to 6 coins and research on them. So what is the graph of them from the last 1 month, the last 7 days? Observe everything, and if you're watching every day, then ultimately you will know like how it is going actually. And don't go for short term investment. So if you want to make quick profits, then cryptocurrencies and stocks not a good option. So this is a suggestion that I will give. If you want to find out which coins will increase, the only thing is you need to do your own research. You need to follow the values every single day. And if anything big, I can say, if any big news is happening in the world, so if something is trending, then ultimately find out whether it is positive or not. If it is positive, then ultimately the stocks as well as cryptocurrencies will go up. If it's a negative news, then ultimately they will go down. For suppose, like, if the lockdown has been imposed in the country, then ultimately the value of cryptocurrencies will go down, because people need to save their money. So they will sell down all their, I can say, stocks or cryptocurrencies, and they will store some money. And if the lockdown has been lifted, then which means like people can now invest on the money. So these are all few things which can change the value of a currency. We're providing any courses regarding SEO and SMM. I think if you want to know about SEO and SMM, I think the workshop that I have conducted in the last week, that will be enough to understand how it works. Then more than that, if you want something more than that, then ultimately I suggest go and practice those things. That will be enough. If you know what actually SEO is, and what are all the different tools that we can use to work on SEO, then ultimately if you practice, if you created a blog, and if you do all those things, or if you create your own YouTube channel, whatever it might be, if you're working on SEO quite regularly, then ultimately you will find it easy. So it's how actually you will learn skill. Like if you missed out any of my courses, like you can find out the videos. So you will see in the playlist section, so you will find out all the things on digital marketing there. And being asking for getting placement in service based company, whether we need to learn data structures, and tell me the mandate thing for getting placement in service based company. See, service based company will not expect data structures and algorithms. I can say literally they won't expect anything. So they just want you to effectively communicate, and they just want you to have some good percentage, at least, or not having backlogs. So if you fulfill all those things, then ultimately you will be hired in a service based company. There are no prerequisites for that, just a basic aptitude and a basic communication skills. So at least if you can able to communicate with others, I mean the other side people, then ultimately you will be hired. They'll not expect everything. But yeah, don't just settle with a service based company. Even though if you are in a service based company, try to get into a good project within your first 2 years. Otherwise, like, if you're just doing support work, or if you're just sitting on bench, then ultimately things will be worse for you, because you will settle yourself to service based companies, because you will feel like comfort zone is comfort zone is very good for you. So you will love that comfort zone, and you will not take risk anymore. So don't make yourself, I personally suggest people not to enter into service based companies, because they hire lakhs of people. So which means like there is no difference between skilled and unskilled. They hire everyone. So yeah, of course, like unskilled people will ultimately get benefit out of it. But yeah, there are, I mean, 50% of skilled people, even though they have some skills, but still they settle themselves to, I can say, I can say low level projects. So they will not do much development there. There is no requirement of using your 100% of brain. So yeah, I suggest that. Yeah, but getting into service based company, you just need a knowledge on aptitude and other stuff, because you need to create that written test of every company. And then the other thing is you should be able to communicate with people. So the basic knowledge of any programming language is enough. You don't need data structures for service based company. I joined Type 3 college. Will it affect my cadets? Even I belong to, I can say, a local college. So I'm not from an Haiti background or even a tied to college. It will not affect your career. And I can say even it doesn't matter whether you're from IIT or tied 3 college. The only thing is, of course, you will have some credibility if you are from IIT or NIT. If not, you will miss that credibility. That's it. But yeah, if you believe in yourself and if you want to build your own career, then ultimately nothing will stop you. It doesn't matter like whether you are from an IIT. I saw people who, I mean, again, who are jobless even after graduating from IIT, and I saw people, I can say, getting a job on Google and Amazon even from type 3 colleges. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, IITs will provide you good resources and they will provide you good credibility. You'll also get good companies in IIT. That's the only difference. Rest everything is same. You need to study. Like they will not study on your behalf. Like yeah, if you're confident on yourself and if you're upskilling yourself every day, if you're in a good network, if you're maintaining all these interpersonal skills, then ultimately you will be hired in any company and you will choose your career according to your wish. So it doesn't matter which college you're studying. And yeah, like even from the next week, like I want to make this live stream mandatory for every week. So I will choose a topic from next week. So I will teach you a particular topic, or like we can discuss only on that particular topic from next week instead of going with a generic live. So you can write down in the comments like on which topic you are expecting a live stream from the next week, so that I will do I can say that a topic based on your suggestions. Because whatever my subscribers think, I think that would add more value instead of me taking my own decisions on what to do, which topic to choose. So we can do regularly, so that at least we can have some knowledge sharing sessions, which will be useful for us. How to search job for freshers with MCA. MCA is equal to BTech computer science, I can say. So whatever BTech people are doing, whatever the way that BTech people will search for, you can do the same thing. And if it's MNC, I think everyone is open to apply for MNC jobs if you are a final year student. And if you're already a passed out, then I can say try finding walk-ins on every company. So it would be good for you. And also if you're not interested to go to MNC, then I can say startups are the best doing. So find out good startups on whatever the technology that you're good in or whatever the skill that you're good in. So then ultimately what will happen is you can directly mail to them. You can directly mail to them on, I can say, like, I want to work on your startup. I know so and so skills and this is the work that I have done so far. Then ultimately, yeah, startups will hire you definitely if you have a skill. They don't see all those things, your percentage and all those stuff. And if you want to grow, I can say in a quick way, then startups are better when compared to MNCs. A series on DSA, yes, it's a good thing because DSA is a need for many of the college students. But yeah, one live series, I can say, yeah, I will plan to make it as a series instead of a live stream, because in one live stream it's impossible to explain DSA because DSA is a ocean. Is what I feel. Being a college student, how to choose one from multiple interests and move in that direction. So if you have multiple interests and if you are figuring out which will works for you, then what you need to do is you need to, I can say, do a trial and error on every interest that you have. So because if you said like you are already a college student, so you have some time. So before completing your college, experiment on everything, whatever the interest might be. So you decide which is working good for you. If you get the answer for that, then ultimately you can go with that particular thing. So also there is also no problem in concentrating on 2 to 3 interests at the same time. If you are a good I can say good person who can manage your time effectively. So managing your time effectively is an important thing. So having multiple interests is not a crime. You can do that. So instead of multitasking, you can do parallel tasking. So the only difference is multitasking involves, I can say, switching. I mean, you are working on two different things at the same time. What happens is you will lose some productivity there. So multitasking is not something that is advisable. So, but yeah, there is something called parallel tasking, which means you can allocate some time for everything. So whether you are working on, okay, I can say assume two tasks you're working on, so split time for that. So work 45 minutes on particular thing, 15 minutes on one particular thing, then you can effectively complete all those things instead of doing two things at the same time. Allocating time on doing on shifts is a very good advice that I can give. You're doing multiple to say your daily schedule, yeah, like I already made a video on this, so maybe you will I can say find this video this week. So how I manage my time, and I can say how to beat procrastination. This is a question that I love to answer. So the one thing is you need to move out of your comfort zone. That is the first thing that you need to do. If you're making yourself out of the comfort zone, and ultimately we can concentrate on many productive things, and you can be a successful person. So that is the thing that you need to do. So even though like you have some other work, but still, if you want to concentrate on your career, you can find some at least some time to concentrate on. So like I said, the best way is making your mindset in such a way that you will spend 1 hour watching some productive videos on YouTube every day, no matter how hard the situation is. Even though tomorrow there is a semester exam for you, still it doesn't matter. You will spend 1 hour watching some productive videos, or learning some content. And if you are telling yourself like I will scroll on LinkedIn for 30 minutes, because if the same thing if you do on Instagram or Facebook, you will find some shit, nothing productive. But if you scroll down on LinkedIn for 30 minutes, if you're following some good people, you will find out, you can say, many things that you will not even learn in 4 years of your college. So these are the things that you need to do. So waste your time, but waste your time on productive things, then ultimately it will give some value to you. It will help you to grow as an individual. Also, make yourself surrounded in a positive network. So what actually positive network is, there is nothing to do with your friends or something, but yeah, at least some of your people are posting some productive stuff every day, then like you will get a feeling like, so yeah, everyone is doing something, I'm not able to do anything, so I also need to start up something. So you will get this ideology, and then ultimately it helps you to at least go and work on something. But if you're surrounded in a network where you are receiving only entertainment stuff, then how can you find a scope to evolve? So it will not possible, right? That is the importance of communities, I can say. So because communities will help you to engage on productive discussions and quality discussions. And if you're in this live stream, which means you thought like this live stream will add some value to you, you will get to know some, I can say, useful things for you. That is the only reason why you are in this live stream. But similarly, work on in a similar way. So whatever you feel like it will add some value to your career, then go on, I can say, have some fun in that, such for that fun in productive stuff. It is how you actually beat procrastination. And yeah, doing things which matters the most to you is important. How hard the situation is, it doesn't matter. If you want, if you I can say, if you're telling yourself like I will learn a particular programming language, let's say, you need to learn that. So by hook or crook, it doesn't matter how hard the situations are stopping you. Notice LinkedIn is turning into an Instagram and Facebook and dating app. Like I can say, like it depends on the network. See, whatever the social media platform it is, if you are surrounded in a good network, you can also turn out Instagram into your LinkedIn. If all the people in your network are posting some quality stuff, it is the importance of network, I can say. So if you're maintaining a friend zone in LinkedIn, like if you're just sending connection request to your friends, or like if you're just sending connection request or following people whom you know personally, then ultimately it will not add more value, because you're seeing them daily on your WhatsApp or Instagram, right? You need to connect with leaders. So if you follow leaders or if you follow creators, then ultimately they will post some useful stuff. You can motivate yourself by reading those stuff. It is how actually you need to make your LinkedIn look like. See, yeah, of course you can make any social media into other. It all depends on the network, I can say. His LinkedIn profile is important for jobs, how to improve it. LinkedIn is important for everything, whether it might be job, whether it might be freelancing, whether you want to start your own business, whether you want to meet some, I can say, CEOs of companies, whatever it might be. If you are in LinkedIn, then at least you are 50% ahead when compared to your friends or competitors. LinkedIn is not just a social media platform. there are various advantages in LinkedIn. So I personally I benefit a lot during my college days. So whenever I get a time, like I scroll down through the LinkedIn and I follow people who post some quality stuff. It really helped me a lot. So every day, like I seem to learn something. So without learning something, like I will not end up my day. It is how I plan my I can say engineering. So whatever that do, like even though like if I watch a movie, if I go to a theater and watch a movie with my friends, but still I will find at least some time in my day to look to also look into some productive stuff. So if you're not if you're unable to learn a particular thing that you intended to, at least scrolling through YouTube, watching a YouTube video which adds some value, or scrolling through LinkedIn feed will really help you. Instead of scrolling the reels in Instagram, I can say scrolling the LinkedIn stuff is very important. Also, remove unwanted connections. If you think like people are not adding any value to your feed, then ultimately remove them as a connection, unfollow them, that's it. Because you don't need to look after your friends in LinkedIn. It's not how it works. Also, work on, I can say working on multiple income streams is a thing that I advise people, because you don't know how the situations will be if you just depend on a job. So I suggest people to have multiple income streams. So even as a student, if you start earning as a student, then you will get more financial independence. Then you can start your own startup right after your, I can say, college. So it is advantage. How to get first client in freelancing. So getting, I think, so getting first client in freelancing or whatever the field that you take, I can say achieving the first thing is very difficult and very tough. But if you can pass this stage, then ultimately you will be habituated with this. But how you can actually get that? So the first thing is you need to have a decent portfolio. So you need to have that portfolio. So in order to get a portfolio, you need to do some jobs on web designing. You need to design at least, I can say, 4 to 5 websites. It will not, I can say, if you ask your department, or whether you are studying in a particular college and ask your department, like, I will design a website for our department so that we can post all the updates here. You can tell something like this. It will not harm you, right? But yeah, you can show it as a portfolio, and it is the advantage that you will get. And once you have all these things, then you can show to the client that, yeah, I have also done a real-time project in my college. So it is how I can add value to your company. So you can share all the details, you can share all the previous work that you have done. So it's how you actually get your first client. Getting a first client is really difficult because you don't know how to approach people. You can approach in this way, like directly mailing them by showing your portfolio. But yeah, having a decent portfolio is very much important in order to be successful as a freelancer. I mean, whatever the skill it might be, not only on web designing, graphic designing, content writing, whatever it might be, you need to have a good portfolio and a proven work experience. Then ultimately everything will work in your favor. So I'm from mechanical department, but I want to start my career in software. So right now I'm learning Python. Is there any basic thing to learn to get into software side? Yeah, if you're willing to go, I mean, move towards software side, then ultimately not a single programming language is enough. But yeah, how confident you are in getting a software job, it matters the most. Because you need to be mentally prepared, like, yeah, you will do software job no matter how the opportunities will, I can say, distract you in the middle. Because the main reason why not everyone will be able to enter into software jobs even though it was easy is the mental trauma. I can say if you're many people who are not from CS background, they are in a lot of confusion on like what to choose. So if they want to choose their core, the opportunities are less. And if they want to choose their IT, of course, if you want to enter into software side, yes, of course, it's easy, but still you need to make your mind very clear that yes, I will be going into software job. You will not have any confusions or any doubts like why I'm going into software side with mechanical background. If you don't have all these regrets, then ultimately it's easy for you. And yeah, learning one programming language is very much enough if you want to enter into an MNC. And apart from that, also learn data structures and algorithms so that it would be safe for you. So whatever the company it might be, if you have a knowledge on data structure and algorithms, then ultimately you're I can say you're better than 70% of the computer science students, because only 30% of the computer science students will have knowledge about data structures and algorithms. So it's easy for you to survive and to get into an IT job, even though there is a lot of competition. So this is my advice. Whatever the language that you learn, as you said, you're learning Python already. So once after learning Python, work on some mini projects, 2 or 3 mini projects. Also learn data structures and algorithms. Not up to the, I can say, a complete level, but yeah, at least learn the basics of data structures and algorithms. It would be really helpful for you. I can say, to get into other level in your job search. Where I find web designing knowledge. So like during my college days, I know this resource called W3 Schools. It's a very good thing for, I can say, web designers. So whatever the I can say programming language or whatever the tool related to web development or web designing, you will get everything there. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the frameworks of JavaScript, Bootstrap, whatever it might be, jQuery. So you will get everything on W3 Schools, and you can learn some hands-on knowledge there. I mean, it is the website that I used to learn web designing in my initial days. But yeah, still there are many YouTube tutorials, many free YouTube tutorials available. Yeah, you can find them anywhere, because nowadays everything is free. Education is free, so you will get everything in the internet itself. But you need to know how to use them properly. That's the only way. But yeah, like I made a video on how to become a web developer, a 15-step roadmap to learn web designing. So you can find it under the career roadmap section. Just I can follow that roadmap and learn things. So I also suggest some resources. You can find them. You can even find many of the courses in the YouTube channels itself, or use W3 schools. Yeah, they are great, and you can learn it for free without spending at least 1 rupee. And yeah, like you can also suggest me like what all the videos that you're expecting in, I mean, comments of any video. I will really love to look into all those things, and I will make videos on that. So I have a plan for this month, so to make some videos on some good content which will be useful for you. Yeah, parallelly you can also suggest me some contacts, some content. So if you wish to, I mean, receive it from my end, then I can make it as a video, and if not possible, I can at least try to make it as a short video. And if you're not following me on Instagram, find the handle, you will find me with the same name. So you can follow me on Instagram. I regularly post reels on Instagram on, again, this short content, not entertainment related content, yeah, education content, which will be helpful for your career. And if you want to earn passive income, then it will also help you a lot. I have fear in my mind. Is it easy to crack service based company as I'm a beginner? Yes, of course, service based companies won't require much knowledge. They require only the attitude of the positive attitude. That's it. If you seems pretty confident, then ultimately you will be hired. Don't worry about that. The first of all, if you are in your beginning years of your engineering, don't concentrate on service based companies. So make service based companies as your last option. Try for product based companies or startups. If you fail to get them, I mean, get into any of those companies, then ultimately, as you already started preparing for product based companies, then getting into service based companies, I can say, a cakewalk for you. So first of all, don't concentrate on service based companies, as you are already a beginner. So try to concentrate on product based companies. It is a, I can say, it is the best thing I can suggest. Tell the basic topics. I think DS is ocean, I can say. So if you go into learning data structures, you need to know linked list, stack, queues, trace, graphs, And if it's algorithms, you need to know different approaches, greedy approach, dynamic programming. So you need to learn, I can say, various under every approach you will find many different algorithms, many different concepts. If you start learning DSA in the initial days, like you feel it like it was a tough, but yeah, you will love it in the end, because uh, you will be able to solve any kind of problems with this DSA knowledge. Then you will feel the real value of it. If you're solving every problem and if you're cracking any problem with ease, then ultimately you feel like DSA is easy, DSA is super simple. Then yeah, it is how actually you turn your programming knowledge into DSA knowledge. So if you're already subscribed to my channel, a big thanks for you. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel and help me grow as a content creator. I know, like, I'm asking this on every video. The reason is, like, if I have more subscribers and if I'm getting a good response to my content, then ultimately I will get some motivation on doing more and more valuable content. So because as I'm putting a lot of effort on making every video, I can say curating content, but still, like, if I'm not getting a good response, like, it is a little bit upset for any content creator, I can say, not only me. Yeah, if you're really I mean, getting something from my content, please have a word in your network about my channel. It will really help me to succeed, and it really makes me motivated on doing more and more content. This is my request for everyone who's watching this. If you find my channel is giving you some value, then please have a moment and, I can say, spread a word. So I can say it won't cost you anything, but yeah, it means a lot for me. So I hope, like, I'm done with all the questions and stuff. So thank you everyone for, I mean, being a part of this live stream. So, and I can say, making your doubts clarified, and also it also helps other people so to know something about this channel. Or I can say, people who are watching this but they don't know about the questions that you ask, still they are getting some knowledge based on your questions. So thanks for that. And yeah, I already told you, like, please subscribe to my channel and share my channel in your network. Thank you everyone. We will see in the, I can say, next coming videos. And I think I got another question, like, I saw you speaking on stage casually, but many people are stage fear. Even I do. How to overcome? If you want to overcome stage fear, the only thing is you need to go and talk. You don't need to think about what others are thinking about you, how others will react to you, or when you go to stage and speak with confidence. But yeah, that confidence you need to develop. The first thing is you don't need to, I mean, you can say, care about what others are thinking about you. This is the first thing, because if you know this is 100% sure shot of winning, then why are you stopping because of others are, like, thinking on you in other way. So if you know public speaking is something that will really help you in career, then it doesn't matter whatever the people are thinking, because if they are thinking something like this, ultimately they are losing the brightest part of their career. But you have the chance, at least you have a will to talk in front of public, then go and talk. You don't need to care about anything, because in the initial days of college, everyone will, I mean, think something like this. Even when I'm in my college, no one literally likes me when I go to stage and talk in front of people. So even in my first year, like, when I go and talk in front of people, no one will like. My friends will not like it, my juniors will not like it, my seniors will not like it. No one likes me to talk in front of public. It is how the environment and the society is. They don't like people, I can say, succeeding. But yeah, you, if you concentrate on all this stuff and if you stop doing what so that you like, then ultimately you will end up being a loser. You will not succeed that in that way. So you need to stop thinking about what others think when you do something, because it's your life. And literally, I can say, only at that moment people will laugh at you, or people will, I can say, shout at you. But once after that ends, no one is really concentrated on thinking about your personal life, because everyone has their own lives. Everyone will think about their stuff, because, like, we feel like we are in the spotlight, but ultimately it is not the truth. So I can say, stop caring about what others are thinking about you, then ultimately you will do many wonders, I can say. Oh, apps are creative way we have to write. So I mean, you're asking about any software applications. If it's a web app, we need to write code for building web applications. If it's an Android app, we need to write code for building Android applications. It's how the evolution of coding works. So like if you want to learn programming from scratch, like I have another channel called Tech Kalashala. You can find it on under channel section of my YouTube channel. You will find it. We will learn programming from scratch in that channel. How can we relate programming to our real life? By developing mindset. Yeah, it is possible by solving different challenges. So if you know data structures and algorithms, and if you are a good programmer, then ultimately you will develop an habit of connecting everything. So it is called connecting the dots. In general, it is also applicable to life. So if you know multiple things, try to find out a connection between all those things, then ultimately you will be happy doing all those things. It is how a successful mindset will work. It is also applicable to programming. If you know multiple things, I can say, if you know a programming language and if you are interested in another skill or another interest, I can say, just try to find out a dot, a connecting dot. So if these two are dots, a programming is one dot and your interest is one dot, try to connect them by building an application or by working on, I can say, working on doing something. Then ultimately you feel like I'm doing something which is useful with my programming knowledge. If you did that, then ultimately your mindset will be of, I can say, different stage after this. So at least try to build one real-time application for your personal thing using your programming knowledge. So whatever it might be, if you build a personal web application for yourself, at least it might be a portfolio website for you where you can showcase all the skills that you have, or it might be a resume website for you. Try to build at least one software application using your programming knowledge for yourself. Then ultimately from the next time you will start enjoying programming. It's my I can say personal experience. Okay, then thank you everyone for being a part of this live stream. So I hope like we will join more live streams in the next time with more audience. Thank you.